Looks like we're gonna not even have a little break here. We're just going straight in to game number 3. Alright, and it looks like we're gonna be on electric circuit at the top right as the yellow Zerg. We will have Hero, and at the bottom left as the red Terran, we will have Mong. The score is 1-1 in this best of 5 series. And this is probably not an ideal situation for Hero because electric circuit is a little bit difficult for ZVT. There is that free mineral only in the back of your main that generally benefits Terran a little bit more, and just overall the map a little bit tricky for Zerg to make their moves. Even though the middle is a little bit open, there are like narrow corridors along the sides that you can kind of push down and things like that. There's back doors into the base, like a ring of high ground around your main, so lots of nice drop opportunities and things like that. And once you get to late game, I think it'll be similar to Circuit Breaker, where if you just split the map, it's again just kind of obnoxious. Oh wait, no, this is match point. Okay, wow, completely ignore everything I just said. I suck at identifying maps. This is actually match point. Whoops. Man, but okay, to be fair, it's the same tile set, and if you only look at the spawn locations, I guess I could have figured from the minimap because it was slightly cut off on the edges that it wasn't a 4-player map. I don't know. I just assumed it was electric circuit. Okay, in that case, well, match point's still not that good for Zerg, is it? I'm just thinking about this now. It's definitely not good for Zerg and ZVP, but I'm not sure about DVZ, to be honest. Anyway, so we got a pretty early scout here from Mong. He's actually here fast enough to block this this hatchery. he's doing a little bit of Protoss here. He's doing the Protoss. I would just build a supply depot too, even though that'd be terrible. It would just be really funny. Oh, get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! No, get it! What are you doing, man? Get it! Get it! Yes, one more! Get that Zerg! Oh, you didn't get it. Okay, so looks like we have a 2-hatch build here again from Hero. It's been working out okay so far. Oh, that SCV only has 1 hit left on it, so that's gonna be a little bit tricky. We do have a 1-Rex expand on the other side from Mong. So despite this pretty early SCV scout, nothing really seems to have changed. I don't know if Mong was maybe slightly concerned that Hero would just try and do some crazy early pool opening because he's a little bit tired from last game or something like that. Anyway. Looks like Zerglings coming out now. There are 6 Lings. A little bit surprised Hero decided to make. Actually, he's got 8 Lings. A little bit surprised he decided to go for the full 8. Doubt he's going to be able to do too much at the front of Mong's base though, but I guess we'll see. Mong looks like, oh, he's actually staying at another SCV, so he's going to see these Lings coming in, so definitely should be able to defend these okay. I hope. I really hope. He's going to have to block with a couple of SCVs probably. Oh, he's got a bunker already. Okay, never mind. Oh, they're going to do the runaround though. Oh shit. Oh shit, this could be really bad. He's going to block with the SCV better. Oh, but he does some pretty good micro, and actually only 2 Lings get into the main base. He's got to be careful though. He's got to leave at least 1 Marine in that bunker because more Lings are coming in, or at least 2 more are coming in. So Hero, with a sneaky little run around there, kind of abusing the way the map goes, kind of running out of range of that bunker along the right side there. And managing to sneak just 2 Lings in though, so crisis averted by Mong. So that's gonna get chased down. Easy peasy. In the meantime, I believe there's a drone hitting down to the bottom right to take that gas base. So he's gone for that slightly more exposed base. There are 2 entrances into that bottom right base, of course, 2 ramps. One kind of from the inside high ground plateau, and then one kind of from the 6 o'clock. Sometimes in ZVT you'll actually see the Zergs here take the 12 o'clock base as their third, from Hero's perspective. Because even though that's, I think maybe slightly farther away by ground, I don't even know if it's that much farther by ground from the natural, but it only has the single entrance that you can block with lurkers, and Obviously, air-to-air distance is much shorter, so, and if you're opening with mutas anyway, then you can use those to help defend. Oh no, I'm sorry. It looks like whatever was at the bottom right has actually left now. Is he just gonna take the 6 o'clock instead? There's there's a yellow dot running around, and I'm not sure what it's doing. I thought it was a drone going to take the bottom right. It looks like it's now going to take the 6 o'clock base instead. Yeah, there's actually a hatchery at the 6 o'clock. So Hero actually changing his mind. He was going to take the bottom right and decided to go for the 6 o'clock instead. I'm not sure what made him change his mind like this. Because if it was his original game plan to take this base, I don't know why the drone wouldn't just go straight over. I mean, it could potentially have been just trying to avoid getting spotted by a random SCV or something, but that still seems a little bit strange. It looks a lot more like he just decided, oh my god, and he cancelled it! Wait, that drone was making a hatchery, right? I'm not crazy? Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, that's... Hero seems to just not have any idea what he's doing now. I don't know what's going on. So first, sends the drone to the bottom right, decides he doesn't want to make a hatchery there. Goes to 6 o'clock, makes the hatchery, and then decides he actually doesn't want to make the hatchery there. Okay, that's very strange. Anyway, the mutas are out at least, so hopefully he just doesn't win muta micro and does stuff. I mean, has he just decided to? Maybe he miscalculated his minerals or something, and when his Spire finished, he only had like 400 minerals or something, and so he had to cancel the hatchery to make all 6 muta, and then he had to and then remake the hatchery. But I just can't believe that that's the case, because surely the players know their builds inside and out, and that wouldn't have been the case. However, I did forget that in the opening, in the game's opening, because of Mong's really early scout, the natural hatchery was delayed. And I think Hero ended up going pool first because his hatchery was blocked for a really long time. So maybe that screwed up his build, and he wasn't sure, or rather, he just messed up on the timing a little bit. But that's still quite a surprising error for a high-level player like Hero to be making. Anyway, looks like Hero's now going to abuse this nice little high ground area kind of between the natural and the main on match point. Looks like Mong's actually built some turrets right up against this cliff here in the main to try and mitigate this. In the meantime, sending out his Marines, going to try and put on some pressure. He's going to have to run quite a ways out. It's interesting that he's going across the top side. Ooh, grabs the Overlord outside his natural, actually. That's interesting. Must have used a scan to take that. So, yeah, he's moving out. No way he's going to see that 6 o'clock, though. I think it's interesting that he's moving out along the top side here, possibly because he doesn't want to walk down the narrow ramp just outside his natural, or the slightly wider ramp kind of leading up into the middle of the map. Maybe it's slightly easier for him to control the Marines if he just goes along this north side, even though it's slightly longer distance. But that is a lot of mutas now coming out for Hero. I think he might even have enough to just force down that Marine group here. It must be a full group of 11 mutas there. Although he's not actually clumping them for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he's not stacking these. He's not just going to attack, right? He doesn't have enough to attack head on. He needs to stack them again. Okay, looks like he's stacking them again. But while he was just goofing off there with the stacking, a second group of Marines has come out. So he's got to be a little bit careful not to get sandwiched by these Marine groups. In the meantime, there is an SCV, I believe, at the 12 o'clock, checking things out, trying to look for where Hero's third base is. It's quite interesting. It's kind of like in game number 1, where Hero took the inside mineral only, and Mong kind of couldn't quite figure out where the base was. He just kind of scanned all the gas bases and didn't see anything. In the meantime, looks like the muta is now picking off this reinforcing Marine group, taking quite a bit of damage though. And oh no, he's gonna get caught! He's gonna lose another muta, possibly 2. No, now he lost the second one there. So Mong doing a pretty good job holding off these mutas, and if he knows about the 6 o'clock, he's moving in a way that suggests he might know, but he can't quite move down there yet because of the mutas. Yeah, he's definitely moving in that direction. It looks like Mong has figured out that Hero's taking the 6 o'clock. Oh, he's going to grab an Overlord as well. No, not quite. Muta's going to save that. But yeah, that 6 o'clock base, because it's so close to the Terran, it's going to be quite difficult. Only the mutas are here to defend. There's no lurkers here at all to help out. So this is going to be problematic. And the thing is, even if Hero holds it all, defends that base for now, it's still going to be a liability as the game goes on, because it's going to be so easy for Mong to drop that base. It's basically attached to his main. So even if it did survive, I think it would just be a liability. And it looks like it's not going to survive. A lot of Marines running down now. No chance for this base. The mutas can't do anything to hold this off. There isn't even any high ground here, really, for them to abuse. Though they are definitely trying their hardest here. But there goes that base. That is a lot of Marines now for Mong, actually. And that's going to be that. He's even just going to chill and just take down the larva as well. So no more drones can be made there. Sometimes if you leave a larva, the Zerg will just like sneak, make it into a drone and just sneak the hatchery back. Can be quite annoying. So looks like a Hero is now actually kind of sort of trapping these Marines in this base. I don't know if Mong's slightly nervous to leave in case Hero actually has lurkers on the outside now, or he just wants to do this little micro battle with the mutas. These kind of micro battles are always very fun to watch. It's kind of basically a game, so the mutas obviously want to attack the Marines from their maximum range and just fly back to take minimum damage from the Marines. So in order to compensate for that, the Terran player wants to stim and then run first, so move commands into the mutas. You don't want to A-move the mutas, you want to run under the mutas so they're as close as possible and then start target firing them down. So even when you're under the mutas, you don't just spray and pray. The top level Terran players will be deliberately target firing individual mutas, even though they're in the clump, to try and take those down. So it's a very interesting dynamic where, okay, the mutas go in, and if you see him stim, you quickly move back in case he's going to try and run underneath you, and it's kind of this very interesting dynamic. Meanwhile, it looks like we have some Guardians being morphed here. While all that harassment was going on, Hero actually managed to get all the way up to Hive. I don't think I've seen a Lurker yet, so he might have just skipped Lurkers and gone straight for these Guardians, but he's in a funny kind of position here. He's sort of close to the natural, but he still has to cover this little open ground area, but it looks like Mong actually doesn't have enough Marines to stop it, and oh my god, Mong, who was looking in really good position after he killed that third base, suddenly just has no Marines. I don't know what he's doing, where the macro is, what is going on. The macro, man, the macro. Okay, there are the Marines, but they're a little bit slow. If they had come out earlier, if he'd been able to engage the Guardians on the low ground before they could actually go to the natural, that would have been a lot better, but it looks like Hero gonna pull them back a little bit to the high ground just in case, or rather just so that he can bring some reinforcements in to support them on the ground. And here we go, the Guardians going in. This is actually gonna be really tough, but oh, we've got two Valkyries. There's some Scourge coming in straight away, picking off one of the Valkyries. The other Valkyrie's gotta be careful. There are still a couple of mutas now to take it down, but here we go. The Marines supported by the Valkyries is gonna be able to push back the Guardians. The Marines covering the Valkyrie from the low ground. And this was a nice little move here by Mong. I don't know if Mong might have scanned the main base and saw the Greater Spire. That's why he went for these two Valkyries or something, because it seemed they came out pretty quickly for just, if they were just a reactionary move to seeing the initial Guardians. I don't think they would have been out that quickly. Look at that. It looks like he's making them two at a time from two starports or something. So maybe he was originally going for, for SK Terran style 2-port vessel, but here we go. He's got, oh no, he's gonna get bombed. He's gonna get Scourge bombed. No. Pulls them back in time. Valkyries are actually quite speedy. And ooh, look at that. Trying to do some fancy micro. He does lose one of the Valkyries in the end, but with only two mutas there now, these Guardians are sitting ducks. They are just moving in to kill as many Marines as possible, but now the Marines are coming in as well. A couple more Scourge coming in, but the Guardians are basically toast. Oh my god, that was so expensive for Hero, and GG! After losing the Guardians so convincingly, he has nothing left to hold his bases. And Mong takes game number 3 as well, pulling it back. The series now in his favor, 2-1. One more game and he will be in the semifinals of SSL9. Hero now on the ropes.